A warm welcome back to your latest industry recap, and as the 2024 calendar year wraps up, the aviation industry continues moving, with a new aircraft order being revealed, an exciting new route launch, and further orders. It is a bumper episode, and why not begin with the lengthy discussions that have been ongoing with Airbus and Boeing from China Airlines, who have confirmed that they will purchase aircraft from both manufacturers. The Taiwanese-based company had been seeking new wide-body jets from the two plane makers to elevate its fleet with growth and renewal at the center of attention. China Airlines had long touted the 777X and A350 as the two respective aircraft types that would help propel it forward, and it has now confirmed that purchase has gone through. A fundamental decision to split the deal instead of sticking outright with one to ensure commonality is to have diversity alongside its fleet, while trying to strengthen its flexibility in day-to-day flying efforts. While Airbus and Boeing would have preferred to win the entire contract rather than be left out, splitting the order in half may be the best possible scenario. However, if anything, Boeing, the American plane maker, may consider themselves the winner of this order, thanks to another commitment that was included in the deal away from passenger operations. China Airlines confirmed that it would purchase 10 of the Boeing 777-9s, part of course of the 777X family, and continues therefore to ignore the smaller variant known as the 777-8. To complement the 777-9s moving forward, they also announced another subsequent purchase for 10 A350-1000s from Airbus, with deliveries commencing in 2029. Boeing may consider itself to have won through another purchase, however, from China Airlines, which operates a robust cargo division and has seen surprisingly high yields in specific market areas focusing on e-commerce and pharmaceuticals. But why would Boeing consider themselves the winner of this order? While China Airlines said they would also purchase 4 of Boeing's newly announced and upcoming 777-8 freighters. This plane will compete with the A350F from Airbus, so more commitments therefore went to Boeing in this deal. Ultimately, the latest purchase will also considerably boost Boeing, just as it is for Airbus. The American plane maker has previously struggled with orders for their upcoming long-haul jet. Moreover, with continued certification delays and frustrations right across the board, it's been hard to see real positivity surrounding the 777X program, probably something you definitely feel if you do tune into these videos, which I can only sincerely apologize for. Nothing I can really do to say change the fate of the aircraft, but despite this and all things considered, it has improved a little bit of late for the company. Let's say the last 18 months, we've seen some pretty persistent new orders come through from some pretty major international airlines, China Airlines just being the latest in a host. Once these planes are delivered, the company knows it'll be able to operate in a pretty efficient manner, with a core focus on flying some of the longest routes possible towards Europe and North America. The airline will attempt to find the perfect balance between efficiency and meeting demand, and these next generation aircraft will certainly be ideal. They will likely remain in service well into the 2050s, which is kind of scary to say out loud. Sometimes I don't think maybe we realize that when we see these new orders take place, that these are planes that are going to be sticking around for quite a decade, and at that point, I'll be past 50 years of age. Again, really scary. Who knows where we'll be at that point for sure. Over to some new flights, however, commencing with Juneyao Airlines. Officially in Australia, it has launched flights to both Sydney and Melbourne to enhance connectivity between China and Australia during some pretty busy periods. For Sydney, however, which will be the focal point for this story, the addition of Juneyao is ultimately now the 9th Chinese mainland carrier to operate between the two markets, representing actually a record for the popular Australian airport. On your screen now are the list of carriers that serve Sydney and mainland China that are designated in this location. It's a huge list, and it's fantastic to see such recovery. And moreover, the arrival of Juneyao also represents a massive increase in overall capacity for Sydney through to mainland China, with rates at 101% of 2019 levels, representing at this point a full recovery from the global pandemic and some growth as well. Flight HO1669 arrived into Sydney on Tuesday the 17th of December with a 6:30 a.m. arrival, and then we saw the first service to Melbourne touchdown Friday morning the 20th of December. The airline will operate flights between Sydney and Shanghai 4 times per week during the Lunar New Year period. This will increase upwards to daily. Juneyao is using its its state-of-the-art 787 Dreamliner between all the locations mentioned, a popular wide-body from the American plane maker really finds that perfect balance between high capacity, efficiency, and flexibility. Sydney also knows that China remains one of the most important leisure, export, and business travel markets. It actually represents the third largest one from this city, and Shanghai itself is acting as a leading gateway into the market. By adding Junyao to the ever-growing list, fresh opportunities are now available to customers and those at the airport. Sydney Airport recognises the role of Destination NSW and the New South Wales government, who helped make their airport the first in the country to welcome the new airline, as this is a company expanding down towards Australia. However, Melbourne began just a mere 3 days later. The new flights locally in New South Wales will support 450 jobs and approximately bring in $80 million in new expenditure every year. The government wants to continue growing Sydney, and certainly these flights are aligning with those objectives. As for Junyao, well, they launched in 2006 and since then have only really looked to grow on a both domestic and international front, but Australia represents a new exciting market that it had previously not yet launched into. Over to the final story, with Luxair, the flag carrier of Luxembourg, announcing it'll increase its commitment to the popular E195-E2 from Embraer. The latest commitment has seen the company note it will take delivery of 2 more of these planes on a firm contract rather than a letter of intent. Luxair feels that the E2 series will be pivotal for its connectivity moving forward, and will also play a pretty important role in complementing its larger narrow-body aircraft that are still remaining on order. The Luxembourg company also feels that the ability to see the 2 aircraft types complement each other will be huge for the future and allow it to continue elevating not just itself as a major airline, but also the country it calls home and therefore your surrounding regions with this enhanced connectivity. Luxair says that the 2 aircraft being added to its backlog stems from exercising options following a 2023 firm order that consisted of, at the time, just 4 units. However, purchase options also existed. As a result, the latest deal with Embraer will mean in total 6 E195-E2s will be coming through the airline doors. However, there's equally more opportunity for them to increase this commitment moving forward, should they wish to do so. There are still 3 purchase rights remaining, and they can convert these to the more middle ground E90 if they would like to as well. Luxair describes the E2 as crucial for their future flying. They deem it as a really exciting investment, and they certainly wouldn't be the only company. It's been fascinating to see the E2 really dive into so many international markets, and I know personally I'm excited to see how this plane evolves in the next decade or so, which airlines really see it as a pivotal plane for them moving forward, and so much more on top of that. I'd like to wish you a very, very happy festive season. Obviously now Christmas has passed, but we still have New Year's approaching. Hope 2024 was a good one for you, but no doubt hoping 2025 will be even better. Hope you, your friends, your family, and really anyone close to you are able to have an enjoyable year, great health, and create some core memories. Maybe it is going plane spotting, maybe it is jumping aboard that flight you've wanted to take for so long, or advancing in your career, becoming a pilot or an engineer. Thanks a lot again for coming to this channel throughout 2024 and all the years prior. Very grateful and couldn't do it without you. Take care, I'll see you tomorrow for your next industry recap.